Everywhere I go, it seems I keep running into people when I'm talking about Brentwood, and if they don't live in Brentwood neighborhood now and say that's my library, then they grew up there and they enjoy telling me stories. Oh, that's the library that I grew up with. I used to go there as a child, and it has a very special place in so many people's hearts.
The Springfield-Greene County Library District has had a long tradition of having excellent libraries being built across the system.
We have a 10-location library system with 5 branches in the city and 5 in the county.
And Brentwood itself is the 4th largest in terms of size, and then the 3rd largest in terms of circulation.
Brentwood was completed in 1971, which was quite a while ago. And it's kind of worn out on the inside. Lots of things need to be replaced. In fact, the first time I ever saw it, I thought, oh my, we need to do something with this.
As president of Friends of the Library, I've had the chance to go around and visit the different branches with our board, and we're excited to see the things that have been done. But now it's Brentwood's turn. You know, Brentwood hasn't been touched in years.
When I first started as manager of the Brentwood branch, the staff told me about how we always called ourselves shabby chic. We've gone from shabby chic to just plain shabby.
We need a new HVAC system. We are using an old boiler system that we kind of have to work on all the time. We definitely need to update electrical outlets because when we built the building, we didn't have the computer services that we have now. Need a lot more parking because it's such a well-used library. We need new carpet, we need new paint, we need new furniture. You name it, if it's inside Brentwood, we need it.
When that boiler was installed, it was state-of-the-art, but it's over 40 years old. Over the last few years, it's broken down probably a dozen times, and there have actually been times when staff wore gloves to work in.
You know, I just don't want anything to happen any day now. The boiler could die forever.
And unfortunately, those aren't the things you see. So people have a hard time identifying with how come this much money is being spent on that. But I think in the long run, they're going to be much more comfortable when they're in the facility.
But you notice them when they're not working.
You do.
One of the many things we're going to be doing at Brentwood includes an improved computer area for our patrons, a better children's area, and then also the reference area is going to be improved.
We are going to be able to add some square footage, and we're going to do that by adding a reading room onto the front. Brentwood is very much a reader's library. Also, a lot of people just drive by to pick up books, and as a result of that, we're going to add a drive-up window, which we think will help with parking as well as be convenient.
It's unusual when you visit the Brentwood Library that you can just pull in and find a place to park without having to hunt for it or else park out on the street. Usually you can find a place to sit down, but many times the computers are all in use. The people are all sitting around reading the newspaper in the front, and if you're not just looking for a book, sometimes you have a problem just finding a place to light.
We have spent a lot of time and effort listening to the community and listening to the staff, and then the architects have looked at that and worked very hard to create a great space to come together at Brentwood.
Also, if you look at the architect's plans, that vaulted ceiling is going to make such a big difference in terms of how spacious the interior of that building is going to be. One of the things that we're discovering now in the 21st century is that you have to have a building that's sustainable. You want to look towards the future. LEED certification is sort of the representation of that sustainability concept or idea, and we felt it was very important that we do that.
As part of the renovation project, we purchased the house next door. And rather than demolishing that house and sending everything to the landfill, we chose to work with Habitat for Humanity and the Ozarks Green Building Coalition to deconstruct, and all those materials are now being used in the community.
To the people of Brentwood, I think LEED certification means that the library district cares about the future and cares about where the library district and its services are going to be going.
They're very frugal with the funds they have. And they have those funds budgeted to the very penny. And lots of times they would like to do lots of things that they don't have money for.
The tax base for the Springfield-Greene County Library District is very strong, and it does a lot of good things. It supports the services, it supports the maintenance for the various buildings, but it's not enough to actually construct a new building.
We have awareness, we have support in our community, and so we've got the patron base of support. And like I said, this is a glamorous dilemma to have outgrown your walls.
This branch, I think it's underestimated because we're small and we're kind of tucked away in this neighborhood. But this little branch gets a lot of use from people, from all sorts of people outside of the immediate neighborhood.
It seems like everyone is very close here, and you have a lot of regulars, and everyone's very devoted to this branch. You have a lot of traffic come through.
It serves multi-generational folks. Lots of people walk there, many people drive there, little kids come for story time. It's very much a neighborhood library, and we want it to continue to be a neighborhood library.
At this branch, more than any other branch, I meet adults who are in their 30s, 20s, or even 40s who say, I came here when I was a kid to story time. You know, my mom brought me here when I was a kid, and now I'm bringing my kids here. And they feel a distinct sense that this is their library, they care about it, they come here all the time, they've got a lot of memories associated with this place, so this is definitely their library.
Well, that's our library. Yeah, if you would ask any of our kids who are now, 2 of them are college students, one is since graduated, but that's where we always go.
Brentwood is just different. I don't even know if I can explain it really. It has such we call it the cheers of the library system. You know, it's where everybody knows your name. And it's kind of like a family. The people that have been here, there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of turnover, so the staff that have been here, we've worked together for a long time. We really know each other. The customers that come in, they've been coming here for years. And so they feel like they really know us, and they really feel like an ownership over this branch. And I hear a lot of patrons say, this is like my second home. I think we have some of the best library patrons.
It's just been our library since we came to town.
Brentwood is the Vogel Library.
I love this branch in particular.
Brentwood's my library. My children have gone there, I've gone there, and I've got several former students who work there now.
So that's the great thing, is we have ownership in it because we care so much about it. It's one of the jewels in our community.